Well, here we are to talk about The Punisher One Last Kill. Is it worth watching? Well, I watched it last night and I have to say it's a show of two halves, maybe. Um, I'm struggling a little bit in this one because I love the Punisher character, and if you've ever watched the series that was on Netflix, it was incredible. It was right up there with Daredevil. Even in ways, I think I preferred it more than Daredevil. So I'm a big fan of Jon Bernthal's The Punisher, and I was excited for this one. But it is a tale of two halves. It really is. The second half is incredible. I love the second half. When it starts going, and I'm trying not to give spoilers, but there's not really any spoilers to give on this one. When it starts going, when the fire starts, we'll say, and you'll know what I mean, then it takes off. I mean, it is a lot of fun. It's very John Wicky. It's brutal. I love that it took place in the daytime as opposed to nighttime, where you can kind of hide stuff, but it's open. It's bright and it's bloody. I think they did a fantastic job on the second half, but the first half lacks. So again, I'm trying not to give too many spoilers, but there isn't a big plot in this show, and the first half really he's kind of regressed to what he was. If you've watched the show, his family were killed. He feels a certain way, and in this show, the first half he's like that again. He's gone back to that. Now, I'm sure you could go back to that if you're in that situation. You'd be back and forth, but I thought we had kind of gone past that, and it just wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't for me anyway. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. This takes place, I think anyway, right after Kingpin is outed from Daredevil, and the streets are chaos and just crime everywhere. It's so bad. It's like a comic book, to be fair. And Frank is living in the middle of it, and he's just, I guess, numb to it, and he's just going about his very depressed life. I feel like the second half of this one shot and the very end was very cool. The end was incredibly satisfying, and if when you watch the show, you'll see what I mean. That because there's a certain bad guy, just a very side character, but a bad guy who, oh my god, him getting his comeuppance, just one of my favorite things of the year, and. But that it seems like that was the first part of a real good one shot or movie or show. So, I understand it's a one shot and you have to take it for what it is. But if you've watched Werewolf by Night, much better story, much better storytelling in that one. And that one shot on its own is like a mini movie. And it works. I just feel like this isn't. This feels a little bit like it's a part of a movie, and you could have, I think, skipped the first half, watch the second half where the plot really kind of takes off. There's a character, an enemy character that comes into it and talks to Frank. It feels like that's the start of the movie, and or the TV show or whatever, and it's like that's where it really took off. I wish that they had done something more like that. I know by the end it kind of does show the Punisher character for Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I can see where they're going with it, but I hope they do another Punisher series or full-length movie, even a one-shot, just better told, and give Frank a better story. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Punisher one shot. A little disappointed, was very excited. I hope that I think next up is Vision Quest, which I'm very excited for. Very excited because James Spader is back as Ultron, so I'm hoping that's much better. Of course, it's a longer, full-length TV show, so it should be. This little disappointing. Was it worth watching? Is it worth turning on? If you're a Marvel fan like me, yes, turn it on. It's only 50 minutes, and there's some good stuff halfway through to the end. If you're not a Marvel fan, you're like just looking for something to switch on, I don't know. You know, if you're a John Wick guy and you're just like, oh, let's see what the action's like, you could nearly flick through half of it and then just watch the action, because the action itself is brilliant. You won't be disappointed. And the Punisher is just a crazy dude who is, you know what I mean, he's got the talent for murder and destruction. That's for sure.